Morning everybody, we're going to have to go very quickly today. We're doing advanced phrasal verbs and idioms, and this comes from a white book called Advanced Phrasal Verbs and Idioms. You can find it online very easily if you type it into Google or something like that, or Amazon. If you do want a book on phrasal verbs, there's my book available on phrasal verbs. You can get that from my website skype-lessons.com, or you can find the physical copies on Amazon. It's called Visual Phrasal Verbs, and as you can see, it's got plenty of pictures and things like that if you're looking for a book with lots of images, and of course it's got answers in the back that you can see there. Okay, so the first one, to be cutting it fine. So I forgot this one in the last class, and I wanted to include it because it's actually a very useful expression. So today I have a class in 20 minutes, and so I'm cutting it fine making this video. And what that means is that I'm going to finish and have to jump straight on the computer. If you cut something fine, and it's nearly always used in the continuous tense, then it means that you don't have much time. So let's say that you have a transit flight where you land in one airport and then have to go again and catch a second flight. Very often you're cutting it fine for catching the second flight. And if anything happens, if you're delayed for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you will miss that second flight. So you are cutting it fine if they're very close together. And I am cutting it fine making this class today because I have this student waiting. He's going to expect a lesson at 10 o'clock, so I better be ready. So I'm going to have to move up a gear, and that just means kind of go faster, work at a faster pace. I'm going to have to step up a gear simply because I have a student waiting, and I can't let him wait after 10 o'clock. And that means I'm going to have to go a bit faster. So I'm going to have to move up a gear, step up a gear. Now, further down the road, we use this to mean in the future, further into the future. So let's say you're discussing a project with your boss and you say something like, further down the road, we'll have to double our sales revenue or something like that. It means in the future, maybe in 3 months, maybe in 6 months, we'll need to double our sales revenue. But further down the road, we'll be doing chapter 30 from the Advanced Phrasal Verbs and Idioms book. I can use it like that as well, meaning in the future, yeah, in about 3 months, we'll probably be up to chapter 20. I think this is chapter 14 or 15. Okay, give somebody the go-ahead or give somebody the green light means give somebody permission to proceed. Give somebody the green light, it means say, yes, you can do this, go for it. And do remember, go for it as well, kind of means proceed. Go for it, do it, go for it, yeah? So give somebody the green light, give somebody permission to do something. Very often a project that they're planning or something like that. Now, if something puts you on the map or puts your company on the map, it just means that it makes you important, or it makes the company important and famous. Okay, so let's say you might say, if we manage to double our sales revenue, this will put our company on the map. This will make our company famous. Everybody will have heard of us. It will put us on the map. Yeah, it's used in that kind of sense. The end of the road is very often used for for the finish of something. So if you say it's the end of the road for our company, it sounds like you've gone bankrupt. It's the end of the road. It's the finish. Unfortunately, the company has gone bankrupt and we're going to have to close down. Okay, to keep something ticking over. It very often is used for businesses. If you keep a business ticking over, you keep it operating, but it doesn't sound like you're raking in massive profits. No. You're not rolling in it. You're just keeping the business ticking over. So it's just about functioning, but and money's trickling in. Yeah, you can say that money is trickling in, but not that much. And so the business is just ticking over. Okay, to run out of steam means to run out of energy or enthusiasm. Simple as that. If you've run out of steam, you've run out of energy, or you've run out of enthusiasm for something. To go off the rails means to become wild in some kind of way. You often use this about teenagers if they get mixed up with a bad crowd, and they start hanging around with a bad group of people, kids that are bad influences. Maybe their behaviour rubs off on this teenager and he goes off the rails and starts, I don't know, stealing, drinking, smoking, that kind of thing. He's gone off the rails. And to go down that road means to choose a certain path, to proceed in a certain direction. And so you might say something like, we could try advertising online, but if we go down that road, a lot of money might get wasted. Yeah, something like that. If we go down that road, if we choose that option, that's what it means, if we choose that option. Now a bit of food, to grab a bite to eat, it means to take something to eat. It's very common, very informal and natural. To be full up means you've eaten so much that you can't eat anymore, you're completely full. To peck at something or to pick at something, both of them actually mean to eat very, very slowly in small pieces each time. I have a friend who pecks at his food. He needs to get a bigger appetite or increase his appetite in some kind of way. So this means to eat with very little appetite. To make your mouth water is obviously with great appetite. Yeah, when you have a lot of appetite, something makes your mouth water. It means it makes you salivate inside your mouth. And so the food is mouth-watering. If you describe food or drink as mouth-watering, it sounds really tasty. It sounds delicious. Leftovers are the things left on the plate, the food which is left on the plate. So maybe you give the leftovers to the dog, or you throw it outside for the birds, something like that. And the birds polish the leftovers off. They eat the leftovers up. They eat it all up. They eat all of these leftovers up. Yeah, they get rid of the leftovers. They eat them up. By word of mouth, if you find out about something by word of mouth, you find out about it by somebody telling you. Simple as that. So it's a different way of maybe attracting customers to your business. Maybe you advertise online, maybe you advertise on TV, or maybe your customers find out about your business by word of mouth. And it just means by talking to friends. Basically, it means somebody's given you a recommendation. Settle up with somebody means to pay the money that you owe that person. So if you settle up with your friend, you pay them back the money that you owe them. But you can also settle up at the end of a meal and just say, yeah, it's time to settle up. And it means, in other words, it can work without an object. And if you settle up at the end of the meal, then you pay. Simple as that.